Right. Good evening, everyone. At this time, I'll call to order the regularly scheduled committee meeting for the Village of Midlothian, Wednesday, August 7th, 2024, at 7 p.m. Roll call, please, Clerk Moskowitz.
Trustee Burbette?
Here.
Trustee Caveney?
Here.
Trustee Crowley?
Here.
Trustee Hilly?
Here.
Trustee Johnson?
Here.
Trustee Killily?
Here.
Mayor LaRue?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you, sir. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. At this time, I will open the floor to public comment. Is there any public comment tonight? Seeing there's no public comment, I will close the floor to public comment and move on to trustee business. Trustee Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor. Just one thing I'd like to remind everybody that we are having our community picnic on Sunday, August 18th from 2 to 6 p.m. We have lots of things planned, and I hope we get as big of a crowd as we did last night for the National Night Out, because it was an awesome event. So please come out and bring your picnic basket, and we have games, and we're going to have a phone machine and a DJ, and a nice way to spend a Sunday afternoon with your fellow Midlothians. So thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Trustee Burbette.
Just like to echo Trustee Johnson's thoughts about last night. That was a really successful event. I was happy to see so many people there. Nothing else.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Hilly.
I have nothing tonight, sir.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Caveney.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple things. Today, I resubmitted an abandonment application for 3304 147th Street, which is the vacant used car lot over on the east side of town, sent it to the land bank. So hopefully they'll get going on that. We've identified 3 residential properties here in town, 2 homes, 1 vacant lot, and building department is working on getting me photos and property inspections, and I will submit those to the Denson Law Firm for the village to pursue abandonment on directly.
We are reviewing the Denson Law Firm's representation for the village,
Okay.
so we're holding off on that for a week.
Okay, well, it'll take me at least that long to get all the documentation together, but I'll hold off on submitting them until.
Yeah, at this time, we do not have an agreement between us and them
Okay.
for their,
How is that going to affect the work that we're doing on the Costner property?
that is left to be seen. We will have representation, we just don't know who it's going to be.
Okay. If you could keep me posted on that, I would appreciate it.
I will do so.
Superintendent Ganaka informed me that the building department, he and the staff are working on putting together a list of building department related ordinances that need updates. So I will be bringing those to the board in the near future. And last but not least, there is a pending contract on the Burger King property. So I don't know any details. I don't know if and when, what the closing date is or anything, but I was advised that there is a pending contract. So fingers crossed. That's all I have.
Thank you, ma'am. Follow up your email about the Trib-C project. It is going forward. We just received the IGA from MWRD and is under legal review. And hopefully we can get that to the board soon for approval so we can get that moving forward. No real cost to the village other than maintenance of the properties that are in Midlothian that are attached to the creek. Trib-C is the tributary that goes from, say, Central Avenue through the Country Club, but it goes down Linder, 143rd, and then into the Country Club, through the Country Club, and then behind Walter Hagen Lane homes to the Turnpike. Crestwood is footing the bill for the vast majority of it, and MWRD has agreed to purchase the 3 properties that are in Midlothian. All our part is to maintain the property. So hopefully we can get that moving soon. All right. Thank you. Trustee Killily.
Thank you, Mayor. Next week, we'd like to have put on the agenda approval for the new e-pay system that for our credit card processing. It reduces our It reduces the fee to the residents from 3% to 2.25% for the credit card processing. It's much better operationally for the bookkeeping and for finance. It's easier for the residents to actually make monthly payments on the system by online. The only thing that is different we have to talk about is that right now, if people come into the office, and correct me if I'm wrong, if people come into the office, they can pay debit. That won't be available. Every card that is submitted is going to have a 2.25% charge to the resident if they pay with a debit or credit card. But they do have the option of doing e-check. E-check, if they do an e-check online, it will cost 50 cents to the village, and it'll be easy. In fact, the automatic payment is available so that they can set it up to have a set monthly payment. That's why a set payment, that's why they can do it monthly. They can divide out their payments whatever they want, and it can be done automatically. But the board has to decide, according to what information I was given, the PSN, basically the average cost to the village for e-check at 50 cents is $90 a month. So roughly about $1,100 a year. Now, if we factor in a little bit extra for debit card processing, maybe $1,500 cost to the village. And the question that finance has, does the village want to pass on the cost of 50 cents for that transaction to the resident, or do we want to not pass it on and incur an expense of $1,500 per year roughly?
We're passing on the fees now, are we not?
Not the debit. We're not passing on debit right now, right?
Correct.
Okay. We're
But that's
passing
only in
on.
the front office.
Correct, right.
But if they do it online. we're
If you do it
still
online,
paying
we're paying it.
Okay.
If
so
they're paying online, we're not passing that on either.
Yes.
We are,
Yes, we
if you
are.
pay it
Well,
online.
online for
Debit and
e-check.
credit.
Debit and credit right now.
Yeah.
It's only if they walk into Village Hall.
Okay.
So, yes.
And on the current system, you can actually make a payment whenever you want. On Illinois ePay, is it only going to be monthly, or,
Yeah, they can do a monthly bill.
because I make payment every 2 weeks?
Right. You can do it on, you can set it up so it's deducted. It's like if you.
Whatever
do-
cycle you want.
Yeah, whatever cycle you want, and actually you can get a note, you can set it up so you get a monthly notice, and it will say, here, we're gonna deduct $100, what you told us to deduct, and they'll automatically deduct it. You have to do anything with e-check or anything, it's done automatically. Same system, but so on and so forth. So basically, we want to continue that we would charge the residents 50 cents for a transaction for the debit or e-check, for e-check.
So it's happening now online,
Yes, not happening.
but the only time it doesn't happen is if they walk in. Do we know how many people there are that come in and pay the bill to avoid the charge?
I don't, I'm not
Just
privy
ballpark, do anybody, do we have any idea?
to the, no, because it's a different vendor that I don't have access to.
I didn't-
information?
I mean,
We can have that information
Finance has
for,
the credit card.
we can have that information for next week though, right?
Yeah,
You can look at integrities, whatever it is, and, right, is that integrity, whatever?
Finance department gets some type of.
Yeah, they have a bank
online
statement.
or invoice, something.
Yeah.
That tells them,
Right.
yeah, I don't get that, I don't get any
Oh,
access
okay,
to that.
all right, okay. It doesn't show in any of the things you do, okay.
Yes.
So we would be inclined to wait until we get more information.
That would change your mind if there was a lot? I'm not sure what.
I mean, I was just, I mean, the question is, do we, because how I understand it is that they're gonna be getting new machines, and the new machines would be programmed by the treasurer's office, so
Right.
they would all have that on there.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know that it's something we can change, but if we want to encourage people to come into Village Hall, then that would be the only reason that I think we would avoid it.
Well,
I think
why
we
would
want,
we wanna
That would be my
encourage
question.
traffic and then?
I don't just,
No.
I'm not
Charge
saying
less
we
money for
would. I'm not saying we would, I'm simply saying that's the only, thinking off the top of my head, that's the only benefit that I can see.
We're
Or not
charging
benefit.
the transactions now
Right.
online.
Right.
We should probably be charging the same fees here.
I agree.
Where it's a convenience that they can come in if that's the way they want to do it, but it shouldn't be less expensive.
But if they wanted to come in and pay by check or cash, it would still be free.
Sure.
which is more work for the front office.
It's more work if we have people coming in to pay by credit card because it's cheaper. We already charge people who pay online with a credit card that fee.
Right.
That should be the
Right.
same. If they want to pay by cash, we're not paying a credit card processing fee.
No, but they're.
We shouldn't be passing a fee along.
No,
Right.
they have to count it. They have to count it, it takes more, to me,
That's
to me,
fine.
what we should be doing is encouraging people to pay online, but the
Yes,
bottom line is if you wanna,
Well,
Charging the fee for people who walk in with a credit card
right,
doesn't make
makes sense
sense.
because we're paying a fee on the credit card.
yes.
Plus, it makes sense because that discourages
Right.
people from.
We're gonna
paying by
charge them
credit card.
2.25 no
Right.
matter what. The question was on the e-checks.
My bigger question is the question of the machines, and I'm not sure Trustee Johnson or Deputy Clerk Harris about whether or not you guys have been included in the new machines that'll be coming in, how many we need, where they need to be. That was the only question I had when we left the Finance Committee meeting.
Is there power available for these machines in the lobby?
I don't know any of the questions.
Presumably because we're already running machines in the.
Not in the lobby. I'll look when I leave the meeting.
So basically what you
Well, they
want,
would still run them, I would think, right? We
Have to
wouldn't
plug
have-
them in. I thought they were gonna be out in the.
no, they're gonna be,
In the
they're
vestibule.
gonna be there in the police department,
But
But
not
they're
in the
not gonna be in the
vestibule.
lobby.
pardon me?
In the vestibule?
Yes,
Yes.
Yes,
that was discussed. that
Oh,
we
I
could get
didn't know that.
Keypad ones where it's in the lobby. for-
Did it get discussed as to whether or not there was power for it?
No.
Something we'd want to,
I'll
Be
I'll
sure.
walk up there after the meeting and look in the lobby.
Do we know any electricians?
no.
I know a couple.
We
Dan,
don't,
how's your other hand? Still good with it? We can make sure there's power out there?
I can handle it.
Okay.
notice you
Sorry.
didn't say that we know any good electricians.
okay. So basically, we're gonna continue to charge the e-check 50-cent fee.
So Don, but you still want to know how many debit cards we process per month upfront?
I would, because I don't wanna,
I think if we charge for one, we have to charge for all. I mean, or we
Right,
charge
right.
one or all.
Right.
You can't charge people online for a credit card and then charge.
no,
not charge them.
I'm not saying that, but, you know, to me thinking personally, if I don't want people coming in and trying to avoid,
Right.
That's what we're discussing.
avoid, yeah.
But
I don't- yeah.
my understanding was the machine up front, that you can't program a fee into it, that's why it's free.
That's why it was done that way.
But if we get new ones, I would think you could.
It is programmed into it, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right, that's all.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Crowley.
Thank you, sir. The only thing I have this evening is a thank you to everybody. We had a fantastic turnout for National Night Out last night. We had amazing vendors, we had amazing entertainment, we had spectacular food cooked by many of the people in this room. Every year I say how humbled I am at how our National Night turns out and how the community comes out to support our police department and all of our departments. And last year is no different. It's really humbling to see how a community can come together in one night. Great job by every by every department. Our Public Works, amazing job setting up and tearing down as always. Our fire department came out, they had things for the kids to do, they had all their trucks out. Our building department showed up, all of our departments, front office, administration, everybody was represented. And I guess I'll save the police department for last with the support that they give the community. And Chief Delaney said it the best last night. They want the community to know the police officers. They want to have a relationship with our community. And I think that's what makes them an amazing department and why we're so lucky to have them. And last but not least, I will note our Community Policing and Safety Committee people. I will undoubtedly forget or missay somebody's names, but they are the rock of National Night Out. I can't even say it without getting emotional, but I've never seen a group of people come together and work as hard as they do. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you to each and every one of you. And that's all I have.
So Trustee Curley does have feelings.
Two. Just two, sir.
Kudos to you, trustee, and the entire committee. You guys did a fantastic
Great job.
job. It was incredible, great turnout. And personally, I want to thank the entire village board. The entire village board showed up, and I think that means a lot to the residents, so thank you all.
And I apologize, that should have been where I started too. Every single person on this board came out and just jumped in and pitched in, and to see Trustee Caveney peeling off slices of pizza was I wish I had more pictures, that's all I have to say.
And I had great help with Trustee Berger.
I know, we had
I helped eat the pizza.
I helped with that too.
you guys know how I feel about you. I'm eternally grateful for all you do for us, so thank you too.
Thank you all. And just to say it again, the picnic is coming up on August 18th.
Right. I hope all you will be there. It's on your calendar if you haven't looked. 2 o'clock. Village Green. Pizza, there'll be hot dogs, hamburgers, tacos for sale, Mexican corn, Mexican ice cream, I forgot what you call it. But
Paletas.
yes, so come on out.
Excellent. Thank you. Attorney Valdez?
Just reporting to the board that there was a class action lawsuit settlement regarding, the lawsuit was about claims that merchants paid excessive fees to accept Visa and MasterCards because Visa and MasterCard individually and together with their respective member banks violated antitrust laws. Pursuant to that, the settlement involves $5.5 billion, which would be divided among all of the individuals who are aggrieved by this and pursuant to the amount of money that they paid. The village is a vendor that is eligible for this. Pursuant also to these kinds of settlements, there is a cottage industry of application filers who solicit vendors to file their applications to the settlement fund so that they can get their money. That was done with regard to the finance department of the village, who consulted me, and it was my advice that these settlements are designed specifically to be able to be filed by the vendors themselves without legal counsel and without representation. So I advised the finance department that if they needed any assistance, that I would go to the website, which I have up here right now. It is the home for the MasterCard Visa lawsuit, class action lawsuit settlement, in which specific instructions are provided for us to apply. In doing so, we will avoid the 20% fee that the third-party application services charge. So the deadline for that is August 30th. I'll be working with the finance department to make sure that we get our application in before that and save the village 20% of whatever we get.
Did that result in any changes to the fee structure?
Yes. The fees will be going down apparently 0.04% every year for the next 3 years, which would cut into probably about 1.5% reduce the amount that Visa and MasterCard can charge. And obviously, it won't go up anymore either. That's all I have.
Oh, thank you, sir. Only thing I have under my business, I just wanted to share with the board, I received an email last week from Cook County Department of Transportation and Highways. Dear Village President LaRue, Cook County Department of Transportation and Highways is pleased to inform you that your application has been selected for the participation in the 2024 Invest in Cook program. Specifically, Cook County Department of Transportation and Highways is granting the village $191,600 for the design engineering to support the Natalie Creek Trail multi-use path project. This project, as described in the application, has been found to align with Connecting Cook County and our long-range transportation plan. Your project was one of nearly 80 applications received, seeking nearly almost $25 million in grants. All applications were carefully reviewed and evaluated by their staff, and we congratulate you on your selection. Look forward to working closely with you on the project's implementation. So, well done. Hopefully that helps move that project on.
Well, hopefully we'll get it moving a little more.
How many years now, Tom?
Wow.
5?
I think before I got elected.
Yeah, I think it's been about 8.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
All right. Well, every
Little
little
bit
bit
at a
helps.
time.
I haven't said
Yeah.
BC in a long time.
Mm-hmm. I can't
So,
remember BC.
Well done.
Me neither.
All right, that's all I have. Clerk Mosco.
I have nothing tonight, sir.
Thank you, sir. At this time, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn the closed session to discuss the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of a specific employee of the public body.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We are in closed session. There is no further action following closed session. Thank you all.